Hello, and welcome to the California Department of Food and Agriculture's Resilient Food Systems Infrastructure, or RFSI, office hours. Today, we are going to speak a bit more on the goals of the RFSI, eligibility for the program, and allowable project types. As a reminder, please remember that the best references for completing our application are all available on the CDFA RFSI website at www.cdfa.ca.gov/RFSI. Please visit our website to access our request for proposals, frequently asked questions document, questions and answers, recordings of our webinars, and other useful resources. RFSI projects should support infrastructure in the middle of the supply chain for California food and farm businesses and other eligible entities. Specifically, this refers to activities in the processing stage, in the aggregation or storage stage, and in the distribution stage of the supply chain. Projects focusing on the production and harvesting stage or the markets and consumer stage are not eligible for RFSI funding. This slide includes examples of typical processing, aggregation, and distribution activities that would be appropriate for RFSI funding. These include packaging, including grading, sorting, and labeling, processing, canning, preserving, or pasteurizing crops, extraction of juice, oil, nut meat, etc. from crops, processing crops, such as chopping, washing, peeling, drying, hulling, milling, shelling, etc., creating value-added products via cooking, baking, juicing, fermenting, distilling, processing, etc. Processes or activities involving tracking, storage, cold storage, warehouse, and/or distribution of crops and/or products, enhancing worker safety and/or education in the above or similar activities, and modernizing, developing, or expanding equipment or facilities used for the above or similar activities. Note that this list is not meant to be all-inclusive. Similar activities would also be appropriate for the RFSI program. The request for proposals includes examples of possible projects that were provided by USDA. Note that this list is not meant to be all-inclusive. Allowable projects could include expanding processing or distribution capacities. This includes expanding packaging and labeling capacities to meet compliance requirements. Projects could also purchase equipment to distribute food to retail or distribution centers. Note that delivery direct to consumer is not allowed. Other allowable project types include modernizing equipment or facilities. This includes associated hazard analysis and critical control points, or HACCP consultation, plan development, and employee training. Of course, purchase and installation of specialized equipment is allowable. This could include training on the use of all equipment purchased under the grant and associated new processes. Continuing with examples of allowable projects, RFSI funds could be used for increasing storage space, including cold storage, or modernizing manufacturing, tracking, storage, and information technology systems. Another example would be developing, customizing, or installing climate-smart equipment that reduces greenhouse gas emissions, increases efficiency in water use, improves air and/or water quality, and/or meets one of the USDA's climate action goals. Construction is allowable with RFSI funding, including construction of a new facility or upgrading and/or expanding an existing facility. Projects could also focus on enhancing worker safety through the adoption of new technologies or investment in equipment or facility improvements. Note that these all apply for Track 1 infrastructure grant projects. Equipment-only projects can cover the cost of equipment only. The RFSI is designed to support commodities designed for human consumption, including fruits, vegetables, tree nuts, herbs and spices, grain for food rather than for animal feed, all dairy, and aquaculture, including farm-raised fish, seafood, and seaweed. This includes products made with these commodities, such as jams made from fruits or baked goods made from grains. Note that meat and poultry are not eligible for RFSI funding. CDFA has created a handout with resources for meat and poultry. Please email us at grants@cdfa.ca.gov to receive a copy of this document. Entities eligible to apply for the RFSI program include agricultural producers or processors, or groups of agricultural producers and processors, nonprofit organizations operating middle of the supply chain activities, local government entities operating middle of the supply chain activities, tribal governments operating middle of the supply chain activities, institutions such as schools, universities, or hospitals bringing producers together to establish cooperative or shared infrastructure, or to invest in equipment that will benefit multiple producers' middle of the supply chain activities. All applicant businesses and organizations must be domestically owned, and applicants' facilities must be physically located within the state of California. That concludes this presentation. If you have additional questions, please email grants@cdfa.ca.gov.